Are you a woman of faith who is struggling to navigate your current season of life? Do you feel like life is just happening to you instead of for you? My name is Jill Pack. I'm a certified life coach and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I want you to know that no matter your season or circumstance, it is possible to create a more joyful life. And I would love to show you how. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Seasons of Joy podcast. This is episode number 26, entitled Seasons of Awareness. I wanted to take a minute before I get started to invite you to my Facebook Live on Thursday, September 8th at 12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Savings Time. It's going to be held in my Seasons of Joy community Facebook group. And when you join this community, you get access to me live. I will be talking about the power of awareness as a follow-up to this podcast. I'm going to be answering questions and doing some coaching live for anyone that's interested. To participate in this, you just need to join my Seasons of Joy community. I would love to have you in there, and the link to join is in the show notes. Also, I just wanted to make another plug for my An Awakening retreat that is going to be held this October 6th through 8th in Garden City, Utah, which is right next to the beautiful Bear Lake. This is an opportunity for women of faith to gather with other women to reconnect and refocus and rejuvenate. We are going to take the tools that I teach and really dive deep and apply them to your life. This is going to also be an opportunity for mindfulness. It's going to include meditation and yoga in order to strengthen your connection with yourself and with God. I am so excited for this retreat. I have participated in many retreats and I have always wanted to host one myself. So now's the time, and it's going to be amazing. It's not too late to sign up. Just go to the link in the show notes to learn more and to register. So now on to the topic of the Seasons of Awareness. Now, applying the coaching tools that I teach to yourself is one of the most challenging things that comes with self-coaching, but by doing so, you can actually create wanted change in your life. If you have listened to me before, you know that I teach the model, which is developed by Brooke Castillo at the Life Coach School. It's the CTFAR model: circumstance, thoughts, feelings, actions, and results. You can learn more about this on my website, or if you listen to episode number 5, it's entitled How to Solve Any Problem, and I explain more of it there. This process, this season of awareness, and I would add there are many seasons of awareness. As we learn more and more about ourselves, we go through these seasons of awareness. This begins with discovery. Discovery is what leads to awareness. So in episode number 8 of my podcast, I talk about the season of discovery. And this includes a tool that I teach all my clients. It's called the Thought Download. This tool allows you to get all your thoughts out of your head and onto the paper. And this discovery process is so valuable because thoughts can be slippery, right? You might have thoughts like, my daughter-in-law hates me, but you might also have a thought like, but she has some hard things going on for her right now. So if you can put your thoughts on paper, get them out of your head without editing them or yourself, right? Or trying to hide from ones that you think you shouldn't say or think, this just helps you discover those thoughts that are causing you a problem. If you go to the link in the show notes, you will actually find a freebie that I have created to walk you through the self-coaching process that I use. There's a short video and a summary PDF for your reference as you begin this work. The goal is to pick one thing. Discover one thing that you would like to gain some awareness around, and it begins with this thought download. When I talk about awareness, I mean this includes no judgment. Awareness is just looking and seeing what is. This is when you are open and you're curious. It does require that you are neutral about all of it. We are just taking a look at what's going on for you, again, without judgment. You have perfectly good reasons for everything you are thinking, feeling, and doing. And when you can really look with curiosity and openness, you can actually decide with more authority if or when you want to create a change in your life. Now, I want to explain here that you're not going to write a model, do a thought download on everything in your life, right? We just live life. But there are those experiences, those circumstances, those thoughts, those emotions that we do want to get some clarity and awareness around. Those are the ones that you're going to spend time being curious and open around so that you can gain the awareness to help you make and create change in your life. So this is a discussion about those times when you have problems that you really want to find a solution for or to create a different result in your life. So again, the purpose of the model is self-awareness. Awareness of things that are happening outside of us is actually pretty easy, right? We're aware of the events that are going on around us or the way other people are behaving or acting. It's so easy for us to see that and then what we believe should be different about it, right? However, as humans, we are not very good at self-awareness. Slowing down and putting things into models actually gives us two types of awareness, and I'm going to explain those. First is internal self-awareness. Internal self-awareness comes from our thoughts and our feelings. This requires us to look at a specific situation or circumstance, and it can be tempting to look at a broad situation or circumstance, like I have a sister. But this does not help us gain the level of self-awareness that we really want. Instead, you want to choose something very narrow, such as my sister said, you make everything about you. Then, as you fill in your model, your thoughts and your feeling lines, right, they're going to show you what's happening for you internally when this neutral C happens. The words that the sister said are neutral. They only have meaning when I have a thought about them, right? And so we want to get curious about what you're thinking when your sister says you make it all about you. You may have a thought like, I can't believe she said that. That's so hurtful, right? And then this thought may create an emotion of hurt, right? I can't believe she said that. And then you're going to feel hurt, and you are experiencing all of that internally. The second kind of awareness is external self-awareness. Now, external self-awareness comes from your decisions, your actions, and your results, or your A and R lines. This is where you get curious and observe who you become, how you show up, and what you are creating for yourself externally when you are operating from what you discovered was happening for you internally. So in the example of the sister, you will look at what's happening for you when you're operating out of hurt. You may withdraw. You might over-apologize, spin at the situation where she said this. You may judge her for what she said, or you may speak unkindly about her to your husband. You are actually making it about you. You are believing that you feel hurt because of your sister. Now, many people are tempted to just focus on the C, T, and F lines of the model. And this isn't wrong, and it can be a good place to start your awareness. Others want to jump to a brand new model so that they can just hurry and find a better feeling thought. And again, this isn't wrong, but it's not as effective and does not give you the awareness that will help you as you create wanted change. It is actually robbing you of the experience of seeing all the parts of yourself and really understanding the power of the actions and results they are creating in your life. By completing a full model, you can really observe the entire picture. I have a coach that talks about climbing a mountain, right? And as we get higher up, as we get to the top of the mountain, we can actually look and have a broader perspective. we can see more of the picture. That's what coaching is. It's an opportunity to climb a mountain to gain greater perspective. So in the example of the sister, you may look at this model and continue to believe that it is your sister's fault that you are feeling hurt. You can totally stay there. But this is what is creating the problem for you. And is it creating what you really want in your life? If you stay there, you are losing an opportunity to gain more self-awareness and create change. Spending time trying to understand your mind, looking at your thoughts, seeing your feelings, and that are created by those, and the actions that you're taking because of those feelings can actually be overwhelming at times and a little mind-blowing. You are now seeing the negative and positive results in your life because of what you're thinking. However, what I see happen for a lot of people when they start using this model and they're feeling that overwhelm and they're seeing it all, they can become critical of themselves. They are frustrated because they have so many negative thoughts. Seeing that they are creating their life experience as it is can be so discouraging. In the example of the sister, you may understand that it isn't your sister that's causing you to feel hurt, right? Intellectually, you understand that it is your thought that she shouldn't have said that thing that is actually causing you to feel hurt. However, understanding this isn't enough because as humans, we like to find blame. If it isn't your sister's fault, then it must be your fault. There must be something wrong with you, and you are flawed in some way for her to do that. This isn't giving you any self-awareness. It's just giving you self-judgment. So instead of finding blame for either party, what if you could get curious and question everything that's not a circumstance? Questioning your thoughts is so powerful. This invites curiosity and compassion. Questions like, what if I'm wrong about all of it? What would it be like to not think about this? What would I be thinking if this was not a problem? How might the opposite be true? What else do I believe? How do I want to feel about this? What do I want my actions to look like? What result do I want to create? What will be different about me when I solve this problem? What would my future self tell me? And what feels most like love for everyone in the story? As you begin your self-awareness journey, and as you go through this process of unlayering your mind, you may find things you don't like, things in your brain that you don't enjoy, and that is okay. It's not a bad thing. You're not bad or wrong because of them. You are human. I want to suggest to you that if you can just be curious and compassionate in this season of awareness, you will go far. When you start understanding your mind, you may not like what's happening in there, but it is a beautiful thing. It means there is so much potential for you to change your feelings, change what you're doing in your life, and change your results. It actually can be exciting. Change is created by you, and it's created with love, not judgment. And this begins with practicing self-awareness from a place of curiosity and compassion. So I want to share with you 3 tips to help you as you practice curious and compassionate self-awareness. Number 1, you want to slow down. Don't be in a hurry to change what's going on for you. Until you can identify patterns, understand why you are doing what you're doing, understanding the thoughts you are choosing in a deep, compassionate, and observing way, it doesn't usually help to think a new happy thought all of a sudden. Pause, get curious, observe, notice, ask questions like the ones I suggested above. So often we want to be in a hurry. I have talked about this before, but this comes from fear. Fear is always in a hurry. It's in a rush. We are afraid something is wrong with us or with our lives, and we want to hurry and change it so that we can feel better. But I want to invite you to slow down and learn about you by inviting curiosity and compassion. Slow down. Number 2, embrace your humanness. Now, I'm not suggesting that you find excuses and just say, well, that's just how I am, and you throw all progress out the window. What I mean is that understanding and expecting that you will be human will actually allow for greater awareness instead of judgment. I had a coach describe it this way. Think of GPS. When you're trying to get where you want to go, you have to find out where you are to begin with. And so sometimes when we're trying to go somewhere, right, our journeys, we take a wrong turn. And then the GPS has to recalibrate. It finds out where we are and then creates a new route. So becoming more self-aware actually allows you to see where you are so that you can make adjustments to your route in order to get where you want to go. And also, part of being human means you're going to face opposition. There's going to be contrast in life. This is part of life. This is why we're here. Nothing has gone wrong. Accepting that 50-50 of life, knowing that we're going to experience positive and negative emotion, actually allows us to live our lives to the fullest. Understanding that sometimes things don't work out like we thought, or we don't always show up as the person we want to. But again, we just recalibrate and take the next best step. And number 3, practice giving yourself grace. I have a tool that I like to use as I work on giving myself more grace. It helps me progress towards more growth and change from a place of love and acceptance. There are 3 levels to this tool. The first level 1, is where you begin stating what you did that you didn't like, and then you add "that's okay" at the end of it. So, for example, let's use overeating. I could have eaten more than I wanted to the day before, which I do sometimes, right? Without showing myself grace, I may say something like, "I can't believe I overate yesterday. I did it again. I am so stupid. I will never lose weight." See all those thoughts in there? My guess that if overeating is something that you've struggled with, you've probably had thoughts like these. Know that there's nothing wrong with you, and it's totally normal to think some of those things. Our brain is problem solving. It's trying to find what's wrong. It's designed that way. However, as you work towards inviting more grace into your life, you may say, "I can't believe I overate yesterday," and that's okay. Because guess what? It really is okay. You notice, you observe, and then you accept what is in order to move forward to do something different. This is where we can get curious and ask questions. Why did I overeat? What was going on for me? What was I feeling? Knowing that nothing has gone wrong and not beating up ourselves will actually help us to recalibrate and get back on track to where we want to go. So the first level is just recognizing that it's okay. You've done this thing, and that's okay. It removes the judgment. It invites questioning and getting curious about why. But then there's another level. The second level is to state and recognize what you did that you didn't like, but then adding, "I love you anyway," right? So from our previous example, I would say, "I overate yesterday and I love me anyway." Again, acceptance, but also adding love. I have said this many times. We cannot hate ourselves enough to change, right? We've done this thing. I love myself anyway. Love is always the answer. It's always the best motivator. Even though I overate, I still love and accept myself. However, there's something even better than that, and that is level 3. Level 3 is just dropping the anyway. Now, this may seem like a little adjustment, but it is so powerful. We don't have to love ourselves despite the things we do that we want to change. We just drop the anyway. I overate and I love myself. It isn't one or the other. It isn't one in spite of the other. I overate and I love myself. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am valuable. The end. I do things that I want to change. Definitely. But my love of self is not contingent on whether I make those changes or not. Now, you may be thinking, then what's the point of changing? It's because we can. We were designed to, but that does not affect our worth or lovability. So I want to invite you to consider these following questions as you are on your journey of self-awareness. What if you are on the right track? Is it possible you are right where you need to be in order to create something beautiful with your life? And what if the better you get at becoming more self-aware, the better you get at accessing God's grace? What if your increased self-awareness allows you to find healing in your stories? What would your life be like if you could be more curious and compassionate with yourself through your self-awareness? I want you to know that the problems or the burdens that you carry do not have to be yours alone. I have a belief that as we become more self-aware, the better able we are to give our burdens to the Lord, enabling us to find solutions and to live life to the fullest, allowing us to create joyful connections with ourselves and with our loved ones. If you want to learn more about self-awareness, I invite you to join my Seasons of Joy community Facebook group this Thursday, September 8th at 12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Savings Time. The link is in the show notes to join, and I would love to have you there. Have a joyful week. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, I would love it if you would share it with your friends and family and leave me a rating and review. If you'd like to learn more about what life coaching is, please schedule a free discovery call with me where we can work together through something that's causing you a problem. Just go to my website, seasons-coaching.com, and you can also find information about my Seasons of Joy one-on-one coaching program and my Seasons of Joy community. Have a joyful week, and I'll see you next time.